Hello, my friends. Did you know that one rejected art student later became one of the most feared men in history? Some people say he was a strong leader who rebuilt Germany for a short time. Others say he was one of the most dangerous men the world has ever seen. His decisions changed millions of lives and left scars that history will never forget. His name was Adolf Hitler. This story will help your English and also remind us why power without compassion can destroy everything. Before we begin, comment yes if you are ready to learn this powerful history story in English. And if you enjoy learning English through real stories, don't forget to subscribe and comment. Ready below. Adolf Hitler was born on April 20th, 1889, in a small town called Braunau am Inn in Austria. At that time, nobody knew this quiet little boy would one day change the world in the darkest way. His father, Alois Hitler, was a strict government worker. Strict means very serious and expecting strong discipline. His mother, Clara, was gentle and loving. She cared deeply for young Adolf and always tried to protect him. As a child, Adolf liked to draw pictures. He loved buildings, streets, and beautiful paintings. While his father wanted him to become a government officer, Adolf had a different dream. "I want to be an artist," he often said. But his father would shout, "Art is not a real future." Can you imagine that? A young boy with a dream, and a father who refused to believe in it. This became the first battle of his life. At home, there was often silence after arguments. Adolf would sit alone, holding his sketches, saying nothing. That was our first signature scene. A teenage boy near a window, gray sky outside, unfinished drawings on the table, and a dream nobody supported. But then, when Adolf was only 13, his father died suddenly. Some thought this would make him feel free. Instead, it left confusion inside him. He became less interested in school. Teachers said he was intelligent, but lazy. Lazy means someone who does not want to work hard. The truth was simple. He cared only about art. After finishing school, Adolf moved to Vienna, the great capital of Austria. To him, Vienna looked like the city of dreams, beautiful buildings, famous artists, a new beginning. He believed success was waiting for him. He applied to the Academy of Fine Arts, one of the most respected art schools. He waited, he hoped, he imagined his future. And then the answer came: rejected. The school told him his work was not good enough. His heart broke. Still, he tried again the next year, again rejected. This was the second signature scene. A young man standing outside the academy gates, winter air cold on his face. People walking past him while he held failure quietly in his hands. Humiliated means feeling deeply ashamed and embarrassed. That was exactly how he felt. Without school, without success, life became hard. He rented tiny, dirty rooms. Sometimes he had almost no food. Sometimes he slept in shelters. A shelter is a place where poor people can stay temporarily. To survive, he painted postcards and sold them to tourists for a little money. Every day felt smaller than his dream. And then another tragedy came. His mother, Clara, became very sick and passed away. She had been the one person who always believed in him. Now she was gone. He felt alone. Alone can be more dangerous than hunger, because loneliness changes how people think. Instead of looking at himself, Adolf slowly began blaming others for his failures. "It is not my fault," he told himself. This was a dangerous beginning. But then, in 1914, Europe exploded into war. World War I had begun. For Adolf, this looked like a chance to find purpose. Purpose means a strong reason to live or act. He joined the German army. For the first time, he felt he belonged somewhere. He wore the uniform proudly. He carried messages across dangerous battlefields. He risked his life many times and received medals for bravery. Bravery means courage in dangerous situations. He believed war gave his life meaning. Finally, he was part of something bigger than himself. But war is never simple. In 1918, Germany lost. The defeat shocked him deeply. He felt angry. He felt betrayed. He believed Germany had been humiliated. Humiliated means made to feel weak and ashamed. Many Germans felt the same. The country was poor. Food was expensive. Jobs were disappearing. People were frustrated, and frustration is powerful. It means strong anger caused by problems you cannot easily fix. Adolf looked at this broken country and saw something important, an opportunity. After the war, he joined a small political group called the German Workers' Party. At first, it was small and unimportant. But Adolf had one powerful weapon, his voice. When he spoke, people listened. His speeches were full of anger, emotion, and promises. "Germany will rise again," he shouted. Crowds clapped. People wanted hope, and he knew exactly how to give it to them. Slowly, he became more famous. He changed the party's name to the National Socialist German Workers' Party, the Nazi Party. He created its famous symbol, the swastika flag. Soon, thousands came to hear him speak. Some saw him as a savior. Others were already afraid, because his words were not only about rebuilding Germany, they were also about blaming certain groups of people. That is where danger truly began. A leader who offers simple enemies often gains fast followers. But history shows us simple hatred creates terrible consequences. At this point, what do you think? Do you believe Adolf was shaped more by failure or by ambition? Comment A for failure or B for ambition. And if this story is helping your English, please like the video and tell me your answer below. By the early 1920s, Germany was suffering deeply. People had no jobs. Food prices were rising. Families struggled every day. Many Germans felt angry after World War I. They believed their country had lost its pride. Adolf Hitler stood in front of them and said, "It is not your fault. I know who is to blame." Those words gave people hope, but also planted dangerous hatred. He organized large meetings with loud music, flags, and powerful speeches. Every speech felt like a performance. Every word was designed to create emotion. "Germany can be great again," he shouted. The crowds answered with cheers. But then, in 1923, Adolf made a bold and reckless decision. He tried to take control of the government by force. This event became known as the Beer Hall Putsch. A putsch means an attempt to suddenly seize political power. It failed. Police stopped him. He was arrested and sent to prison. Many people thought his political life was over. But history had other plans. Inside prison, Adolf wrote a book called Mein Kampf. It means My Struggle. In this book, he explained his ideas. Germany must become powerful again. Democracy was weak, and certain groups of people were the enemy. These ideas were dangerous and full of hatred. But many people read the book. Many believed him, and slowly his influence grew. After leaving prison, Adolf changed his strategy. Instead of taking power by force, he would take it through politics. He rebuilt the Nazi Party carefully. More speeches, more meetings, more supporters. Then came the Great Depression. Depression here means a serious economic crisis, not just sadness. Banks failed, businesses closed, millions lost their jobs. People were desperate. Desperate means feeling like there is no hope left, and desperate people often follow strong voices. Adolf became that voice. By 1933, he was chosen as Chancellor of Germany, the highest leader in government. This was the moment everything changed. He promised jobs, a stronger army, a brighter future. Many people trusted him. They did not yet understand the price. But then, once he had power, he wanted all of it. He controlled newspapers, radio, and schools. People were told what to think. Disagreement became dangerous. Those who opposed him were punished or sent to prison. He created powerful groups like the S and strengthened the Hitler Youth. Children were taught loyalty before critical thinking. Loyalty means strong support for a leader or group. Germany was becoming a place of fear. Still, many people said, Hitler is saving our country. Roads were built. Factories opened. More jobs appeared. From the outside, it looked like success. But behind the success, darkness was growing. Adolf believed Germany should belong only to those he considered pure. He spread hatred against Jewish people and many others. This hatred became policy. Policy means official rules made by a government. And these rules became cruelty. Families were separated. Businesses were destroyed. People disappeared. The world was moving toward disaster. Then suddenly, in 1939, Adolf made his boldest move. He ordered Germany to invade Poland. That single action started World War II. His dream was clear: control Europe and make Germany the strongest power in the world. At first, his army moved fast, victory after victory. Countries fell quickly. People believed he was unstoppable. But ambition without limits becomes destruction, and destruction always returns. While war spread across Europe, something even darker was happening. The Holocaust began. Millions of Jewish people and others were sent to camps. Many never returned. This became one of the darkest chapters in human history. History remembers this not as strength, but as horror. Can you imagine that? A government using power not to protect life, but to destroy it. That is when leadership becomes evil. By 1944, Germany was losing. The Soviet Union pushed from the east. Britain and the United States attacked from the west. German cities were bombed. Families lost everything. The people who once called Hitler a hero began asking, why did we follow him? Adolf trusted no one now. He became paranoid. Paranoid means constantly afraid that others will betray you. He spent most of his time hiding in a bunker deep underground in Berlin. Cold walls. No sunlight, only fear. This became our final signature scene. A leader, once standing before thousands, now sitting alone underground. Maps on the table, bombs shaking the ceiling above him. Outside, Berlin was burning. Inside, the end was waiting. In April 1945, the Soviet army surrounded the city. Everyone knew defeat had come. Still, Adolf refused to surrender. If Germany loses, he said, it is because the people were not strong enough. Even then, he blamed others. On April 29, 1945, he made one final personal decision. He married Eva Braun, the woman who had stayed beside him for years. It was a small ceremony inside the bunker, quiet, strange, almost unreal. Not a celebration, but a goodbye. The next day, April 30th, 1945, Adolf made his final choice. "I will not be captured alive," he said. He and Eva entered a private room. Moments later, they both took their own lives. He was 56 years old. Soon after, Germany surrendered. World War II in Europe ended, but the damage remained. Cities were ruins. Millions were dead. Families were broken forever. The dream he promised had become destruction, not greatness, not peace, only sorrow. Adolf Hitler's story is not a story of success. It is a warning. A warning about hatred, a warning about pride, a warning about power without compassion. He began as a boy with dreams, but dreams without wisdom can become nightmares. History is not only about the past. It teaches us how to protect the future. When leaders use fear instead of truth, when people choose hate instead of understanding, tragedy follows. So we must choose better. Choose kindness over cruelty. Choose humility over pride. Choose peace over division. Because real strength is not control. Real strength is compassion. I wish you peace, wisdom, and success in your life. Keep learning, keep growing, and never stop choosing what is right. Lessons. Failure does not decide your future. Your choices do. Power without compassion becomes destruction. Hate divides people, but understanding creates peace. Now I want to hear your opinion. Was Adolf Hitler's rise caused more by Germany's crisis or by the people choosing to follow him? Comment A for the crisis or B for the people. And if you enjoy learning English through powerful true stories, subscribe and share your opinion below. Comment question: was Hitler created more by history or by his own choices? Comment A or B.